What's up, wrestling fans? Here's your rapid wrestling news. Jeff Hardy pleads no contest, courtesy of WrestlingInc.com. AEW star Jeff Hardy pleads no contest to multiple charges in the DUI case filed against him. Obviously, we knew that was coming. He still has not appeared in AEW since, the incident, the drunk driving incident. Meanwhile, the USO it's going to main event, but Jeff Hardy's out of AEW. Jeff Hardy probably wants to go back to WWE now. He's like, hey, they let their drunk drivers compete. What the hell am I doing? Bully Ray thinks that Jon Moxley bleeds too much. I think Bully Ray talks too much. No, I'm just kidding. This just in, everybody believes that because the guy literally bleeds too much. There's been quite a bit of negative news as pertains to AEW recently. So right now, I quickly just want to mention something that's positive. AEW is back to being over 1 million views. They were able to draw 1.028. That's over 1 million, man. Listen, if they can be in the high nines and the millions, that makes me really happy. They want to be in that area so they can try to grow above that. But when you start seeing them slip down to low 800s, man, again, that does get concerning. So thankfully, this is a good rating for them. And that comes from what I believe after not the best couple of weeks here. Last week was not good. And this week was okay. And, so for the fact that the last 2 weeks or so have been kind of just blah for AEW. Usually AEW puts on, I think, better shows. But for the last couple of weeks that I think were kind of like, whatever shows, to pull over 1 million, I am surprised by that. So that's very interesting. It seems in WWE that Vince McMahon is retaking control. That's the rumor, that Vince McMahon is taking back over the company. I do think that he has some heavy influence in the background at this point now. Suggestive ideas. I think the door is open, the brains are open, they're listening, and there is some concern over there. Wherever that concern comes from, whether it's from Vince, Bruce, Triple H, or everybody. And this one really pisses me off because I said this weeks ago. Now, I don't know which show I said this on, so you'd have to comb through the last 6 weeks of my show. But one of my shows, I want to say 3 to 6 weeks ago at some point, I said this is really not good that they're involving Sami with Roman Reigns because they're trying to get into this Cody Rhodes thing, and Sami is kind of getting in the way of that, and they're risking creating another star right now while they're trying to make Cody the star when Cody was the star. Now they're actually buying into the Sami Zayn thing, which is going to piss people off and confuse everything. And that's when I came up with the idea, well, maybe Sami will come down at WrestleMania and help Cody, and that's a way to explain it. But this rumor that officials are actively trying to hold Sami Zayn down now because they're afraid of the crowd taking over and stuff like that, well, this all could have been solved by getting him the hell out of this storyline in the first place. Why did you put him with Roman like this? I said this a long time ago. It's on my show. So if this is a rumor that now suddenly they're worried, well, what the fuck did you think was going to happen if you booked this guy the way you booked him the last 6 weeks? So I don't even know if I believe this rumor, because how could it really be a rumor when we all know this already about Sami Zayn and this whole situation? Anyway, guys, if you like what I do, leave a comment down below and leave a super thanks if you really like what I do. And I will pin any super thanks to the top. And certainly it helps fund the channel and my show and everything I do here. We need you guys. Become a patron on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. And please, at least hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet, so that helps me out. And do all the things you want to do because it makes you tickled down below. And become a channel member. You get all kinds of bonus stuff on Patreon and here as a member. And you can leave a super thanks with the little heart. Don't you love clicking the heart down below? Clicking the heart down below makes babies smile. I don't know if you knew that or not. And finally, if you love Star Trek, join me on my other channel, Star Trek Late Night, to talk about all things that we want to talk about as far as Star Trek goes, including Episode 2 of Star Trek Picard, which was the other night, and oh my God, was it a great episode. I cannot believe it. Star Trek's back. Can't believe it. Also, if you guys want to join me on my gaming, watch all my old gaming clips and gaming streams, Evil Spectrum 3 on Twitch and YouTube. If you want to relive old episodes of the Corrupted podcast on YouTube, or just download all the episodes on Patreon if you're a patron. And that's about it. I think you can hit me up on Instagram at Joe Cronin Show. And if you really, really are a hardcore listener, that means you're still here. And if you're still here, follow my producer, who is on Twitter, able to tweet for me on Twitter. You just have to go to Twitter, and all you got to do is follow me at, are you ready for my producer's Twitter account? At Meta World Online. That's Meta World Online. I do want to thank Alex, who relinquished his Twitter account. He said, I don't want to be on here anymore. I'm going to give it to you. And it's already set up, and this was a little while back. And he was doing stuff for me on Twitter, and he just said, you know what, you just take the Twitter account. So I have some access to that, and he's on there as well. If you really, really need to get a hold of me on Twitter, at Meta World Online, which is a super, I believe someday someone's going to pay us money for that name, by the way. Or really Instagram. Get a hold of me on Instagram, at Joe Cronin Show. JoeCroninShow@yahoo.com if you got to email me. There's all my plugs. Leave your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Here's some other videos popping up right now that you might have missed. What do you think? Cody Rhodes? SAMI Zayn? Are they going to hold him down? Is Vince back? I think he's back a little bit.